a lot of pressure to make an original character based on Mr. King's writings. We knew from the beginning, the second we stepped in, that we were not going to try to do anything close to Tim Curry. Tim Curry did an amazing thing, but that's the thing that he did. And Andy had a very different vision. But also, we had the great Bill, who very much participated in the creation of that character. And I think you see it from the first scene. And that is very much the purpose of the first scene, is to see how dangerous Pennywise can be. He's so physical. Bill is young, he's 25, super athletic, and he did a lot of things in the performance that are absolutely wonderful. The character is called Pennywise the Dancing Clown. So there was a little bit of dancing. And then you'll see, I mean, we were shocked at how little stunt people, how little stunt work we had to use for Bill. He was so physical that we barely needed any of it, so he's fantastic. In our story, we decided to first see the lives of the kids and see how each of them reacted to particular fears and how they find each other, and realize that between the power of their own imagination and them sticking together, loyalty, in spite of everything that's going on, they are going to fight their fears, and they do. Wyatt, well, oh my God, Wyatt is so sensitive. There's the scene in which Stanley Uris feels that the other losers have left him alone, and he started crying, and all of the losers started crying. It was we were all crying behind scenes. We couldn't believe this was going on, because it was so real, and also because we shot that on the last week, and they had spent basically all the summer together, and they felt that this was going away, that this was, you know, the end of this magical summer.
It was really incredible to watch, because what was happening in the movie was really happening in real life every day filming this. I mean, obviously the cast and the crew became our family, and these kids bonded. Like, I mean,
it was incredible. They became best friends almost instantly, and they were inseparable all summer long. And I think, you know, I think that's a testament to Andy sort of seeing that in the casting process and hoping that would happen. And it also pays huge dividends in the movie, because when you see the movie, you see this group of friends, these losers, and you believe that they've been best friends, some of them, their whole lives, and that's because they had a real bond. These kids fell in love with each other, were inseparable, were dreading the last day of the shoot, and, you know, every time we've seen them in a group since, it's only been a few occasions, they get right back together, and it's right back to where they left off. And I believe that they will have this connection for the rest of their lives.
One of my favorite moments was at the school when Jeremy first meets Sophia, and she's signing his yearbook. Oh, yeah. And I remember watching this happen in Village, and, you know, the book's covering most of his face, and just his eyes are looking up at her, and he looks like he's completely smitten and in love. And I remember his mom looking over at me, and she's like, "I have no idea where he got that from," But it's moments like that where, I mean, the kids were, you know, they were being themselves, but they were also extremely, extremely talented. And like on the emotional level, like they nailed all of it. And like Seth said, I think it's greatly due to them being such close friends offset.
The Bowers Gang and the Losers Club in real life like became, you know, the best of chums. Like they were up to no good at all times. I remember being at hotels where they were sneaking off and going to the movies, or you know, just up in the middle of the night, going down to the hotel pool together. Yeah, I mean, Nick and Owen and Logan, they all got wrapped up into the little Losers Club gang. They were all best friends, but I will say, you know, again, testament to their skill as actors, like they feel like arch enemies in the movie.
We had seen tests of what Pennywise was going to look like, so we had seen a little bit more, but I think even the entire crew was shocked. And I mean, Bill says too, he remembers like walking in and being, you know, like, hey, hey, and, you know, forgetting that like people are, you know, people are frightened just to even look at him.
Bill is such a good actor that he can, you know, you give him a couple seconds and he can wind up to that manic physicality, that Pennywise energy really quickly. But it is a strange experience when you're sitting there with, you know, I mean, he's like 6'7" with that, you know, with that bulbous head on, and he's just this massive, horrifying-looking thing, and he's just sitting there having a Starbucks talking to you about life, you know, and that takes a minute to get used to. I know that you know, the writers worked hard, Andy certainly worked hard, and all the actors did to sort of develop these characters and these relationships and make this feel a little weightier than just a, you know, haunted house movie or, you know, just another entertainment.
And grounding the kids and the relationships, I think, only made the scares in Pennywise, you know, even bigger and grander. I think on an emotional level, I think people relate and understand what the kids are going through in terms of the coming of age story. So, you know, getting that right was super important. And then throwing the clown in was just a little cherry on top.